Good morning and welcome to the Hue, a little local viewpoint overlooking the estuary here on Lindisfarne. You can see the castle here, just at the edge of the bay, the captain snapping away last of our souvenirs, and the priory next to the hotel, the manor house where we stayed last night. So, our sixth and final day, as we're just going to start to skirt the island, get onto the Pilgrims Way, weather and tide allowing, and then set sail for Berwick. There we are. What was nice about the Manor House Hotel there, just next door where we stayed, was the dining come breakfast room. You can look out onto the priory and all the statues and monuments, and from the bar window you can see Lindisfarne. It was very nice. The estuary, and there's the start of Pilgrim's Way, and it's looking jolly dry, I have to say. So while the captain finishes banging away, Pilgrim's Way, I think it's as dry as it's going to get. Certainly a lot of dry sand in the middle where there might be a chance to get the old drone up there. So we'll see what we find. This could be very, very amusing, very beautiful.
2.4 miles on here.
Or a very, very disastrous. 2.4 you say? Let's find out. Well, this is about as shallow as we're going to get it on the Pilgrim's Way, and it's still on the moist side, so make sure you're either going to go barefoot, like the captain and I. Keep your boots on, give them a rinse when you get to the other side. In the meantime, it's so far, yeah, it's a plod, but it's a lot nicer than following the road. Even the captain agrees. And we just have to not slavishly follow the wooden poles, run up against them, but just pick our little ways amongst the tributaries and the little wiggly rivers that are, well, too deep to cross. Well, slight change in texture. We swapped wet for mud. I think we're going to go back to wet again in a minute. So if you're coming this way, take care. Check your tide times. And if you're not going to get boots that will resist it at this price, well, then you bought the wrong boots then, didn't you? Look at that, all the way back. It's looking awesome, isn't it? The light is still kind of a bit diffuse. Yeah, for making a decent photo for you. Awesome, thank you Holy Island. And just hoving into view, you can just make out the traffic moving left to right. Is the road causeway, which we're going to join in probably 20 minutes, do you think, Captain? Oh, getting sweat on now. Forecast is 24 today, by the way. At the minute, that breeze is just starting to pick up. It's been deader than corduroy the whole trip, and then suddenly the breeze picks up. That's lovely. So here we are, within stone's throw of the the causeway there. A little bit of mud to navigate yet. We can see the house on stilts for those caught in a pickle as they cross the estuary. Well, hopefully that's not for us, is it, Captain? It isn't. So watch and learn. Beautiful. I even like the fact that rather than just mud, it's just still a little bit of an oasis of water, and we get that nice reflection as we go along. It's lovely. So there we go, mission accomplished. See over my shoulder, Lindisfarne, Holy Island in the distance. The captain's just going to drop anchor here a minute. We're going to get some sun cream on and take 5. But there we are. That was the Pilgrim's Way. Not as difficult as we thought. I think if you follow these 3 simple rules: cross at low tide, follow the posts, and mind how you go. And on that bombshell, it's time for a cuppa. And what's even better after that rather interesting experience, we've got pretty much the whole causeway to ourselves. So there's our emergency cabin, the part of the estuary you can't walk over, and I'm just grateful and relieved that we managed to cross the estuary without either sinking up to our necks in mud or getting ourselves into an even bigger pickle. So our way now will continue up the coast, and Berwick upon Tweed awaits us, I'd say in about 12 miles, maybe a little less. Oh. So as the nature reserve, the Lindisfarne Nature Reserve, starts to end, we're going to follow this curving route down the back of the sand dunes here and see what the next village brings. So a bit of a breeze, nothing much in the way of landmarks, just the rolling bits of fields of wheat, and you can see the wind just running across the tops of them all, making like that wave effect. So you can see some houses there in the distance, maybe a little chapel. We'll take 5 in the shade, move up the coast. Lovely quiet end to a fantastic journey. So we're being a little creative like we've been with the route so far. The actual route runs there along the top of those dunes next to this Howick Golf Club. Now, being that we're 6 days in, it's the hottest day of the year, like I said, and the old knees and ankles and shoulders and joints in general are starting to struggle, we thought we'd make use of this, go to the clubhouse, then we can cut over on a footpath onto the beach. So we're not missing out on anything, not cheating, we're just being creative, because we've got to be able to finish this. That's what we set out to do when we started. Well, a bit of a surprise. We thought we were going to be on a roller coaster footpath through the dunes next to the golf course, and as it turns out, the footpath just follows the railway line for a bit, which is nice. We've got a breeze, we can see where we're going. I've got to be honest, at this stage, in this heat, I'm glad we're not up and down sand dunes. Soon be in Berwick. Like I say, some of the paths more accessible than others, which is the understatement of this year. And then north of Chiswick Nature Reserve and its car park, we get this, much better. Oh, still a lovely day. And the sign back there says Berwick 4.5, so probably about 4 now. And we can see the sea again, awesome. And I think that little ship just out there is just heading inwards towards the Tweed. I think I can just see the mouth of the Tweed there, and a little lighthouse as well. So not far to go. So if we don't expire of dehydration or burst into flames, we're going to keep chuffing along. Oh, always bring lots of water, 3 litre bladders in here. Just a tip there for you, you'll need it on a hot day. Cap's still going, takes a lot to finish him off, you might have heard. So the last bit of bay on this section, Cock-Lawburn Bay. You can just in the distance see Lindisfarne, the island, the castle, the monastery. There we are. Apart from following the railway a little bit now, that's really your lot for seeing an awful lot of jaw-dropping landscape until we get to the mouth of the Tweed and we'll get glimpses of Berwick and its awesome bridges. But for now, Captain and I are going to say ta-ra, fond farewell to the more picturesque beaches of the northeast. Thank you for joining us so far. So we're coming over the Tweed. It's just about the finishing line for the captain and I. Appreciate you joining us if you've stuck with it. And it's been an adventure of many facets, wouldn't you say? Different places, different people, staying and having different experiences in quirky hotels. So there we are, Captain and I made it, 70 miles in total, including our diversion to Lindisfarne. The actual official route ends just the other side of the bridge, still in England and Northumberland. We're in Scotland now, having crossed Berwick's old bridge, which is up for renovation. So the captain's got his sea chart, so we're going to go down here to the youth hostel now. That's it, thanks for joining us. Today's episode, Holy Island to Berwick. Another fantastic day. Now time for a cold one, put our feet up.